Okay, so I just finished the latest episode of The Real Housewives of Potomac, and I have several things that I want to comment on, but I don't want this video to be too long, so I'm going to try to go as quickly as I can. So first of all, this Stacey and TJ situation, like, girl, I've had enough of it. It's getting really weird. It's getting really weird. And it's not to say that you can't be a man in your mid 40s, possibly early 50s, that wants to be celibate. You can, but to me, the constant comments that he's making on camera to Stacey about, oh, you're not getting that. Oh, I'm not going to do that. You get invited to come to this event with Stacey. You've known these people for 2 minutes and you're already talking about, yeah, there's no funny business and all this and that. Why are you constantly needing it to be known that you do not want to have sex with this very attractive, accomplished woman? Like, that's the part that I don't like. And I think it's disrespectful to her, and I don't enjoy watching it. And Stacey, you need to end this. Like, it doesn't need to be on camera anymore. It's embarrassing for you. I have secondhand embarrassment. I don't want to look at it anymore. So, okay, moving on to Karen's court date. So her court date's coming up. What they showed us on camera, it says that it's her initial appearance. So what that means is that it could be her arraignment. An arraignment, just to get into the lawyer bag for a minute, an arraignment is where your charges are read to you in open court, so you know what you're being charged with, and then you're going to enter a plea of guilty or not guilty. So there could have been some negotiation with, I believe in Maryland it's called the state's attorney, because everything that Karen is charged with is a misdemeanor. Misdemeanor meaning if she was convicted of those crimes, she would serve less than a year in jail. More than a year in captivity would be considered a felony and you would go to prison. Jail and prison are two different things. So you can have negotiation with the state's attorney, as they're referred to in Maryland, before this initial appearance, and you can, negotiate something and work something out. If the state agrees to drop some of the things you're charged with, even though this may be your first appearance in court, you might go ahead and plead guilty, and you can be sentenced that day, and your case would be over that day. In Karen's case, I believe that she pled not guilty, because I do believe that at this current time, she has a trial date. So if you go to your first appearance / your arraignment and you plead not guilty, a trial date will be set and you and your attorney will come back to court on that day, and you will begin trial, which will mean that a bunch of jurors will be brought in. And, from the jury pool that's brought in, you will whittle down to 12 jurors that will decide your case. And then the trial starts, and there'll be opening statements and all of that. So, I think that Karen has a trial date that's been set, that's coming up. But the way that this was, was being set up in the episode, like so over dramatically, like, oh, Karen may be going to jail, even though this is her second time being charged with driving under the influence. Most DUIs are statutory, meaning that in the laws of whatever state you're in, it'll dictate what your sentencing will be for being convicted of DUI, and there's not much wiggle room for the state or for the judge when it comes to sentencing you. I just wanted to check the Maryland statute quick, and what the Maryland statute says is that you could, for your second DUI. If Karen is convicted, she could face up to 2 years in jail. I don't think it's likely that she would get sentenced to 2 years in jail, given that she's a public figure. And depending on how long the period of time is between when she got her first DUI, which for some reason I think was a while ago, but if it's been more than 10 years, it's even less likely that she would get sentenced to anywhere near 2 years in jail. So likely, if Karen is convicted, she'll probably get probation. But we'll see, what ends up happening with that. So we see, just very quickly, we see Jassy has this party to celebrate her man winning the Super Bowl and going to the White House. Cute little party. I like the way, he came out with her, showing affection towards her. And he looked really good. And it's cool that your man gets to go to the White House and, be received there. That is cool. I'm not going to lie. But I'm still like, girl, what are we doing in this relationship? I still feel that way. Mia and Karen are allegedly supposed to be working out differences, but then they really don't. And Karen is like, listen, I went low. I will go low again, which personally I love, because if you're going to go low with me, I'm going to the floor. I'm just going to be honest. That's just me though. And so I kind of feel like Mia thinks this is her time to really get at Karen because she has, been charged with a DUI. But it's falling flat. It's not working. It doesn't have any legs because you're really not in a position to come for the grand dame. I know you think you are, Mia, but you're not. Okay? So, and then we end with this scene with Mia, Gordon, and Ink. And Gordon lets us all know that Mia had an affair with Ink. This is what he's saying, shortly after they were married, and she had to get an abortion. She got pregnant with Ink's child and had an abortion. Now, Mia did not deny that, so I guess that means that that's true, that really happened. And if it is true, Gordon, why are you telling Mia's personal medical history on an international television show? I didn't care for that. I didn't like that at all. And like this messy drama, like maybe Mia is using this to try to stay on the show, but I don't want to be a part of this. I'm not interested in this. It just feels wrong. It feels like it should not be fodder for reality TV. And I don't enjoy it. So Mia, you need to find something else to talk about to keep you on the show, because it's giving the uncomfies. I'm just going to be honest. But all in all, I enjoyed this episode. Let me know what you thought in the comments, and I'll see y'all in the next video.